So this 18-year-old kid you see above me is responsible for taking the life of a 39-year-old mother of 8, along with a 14-year-old boy, all because his little brother was denied access to a soccer game that a bunch of other kids at an elementary school was playing. It all started when this little boy named Jeremiah was playing soccer with his friends at school. Another group of kids approached him and his friends. Now, these are little kids. These are younger kids. Jeremiah is 14, so these kids are like 9, 10, 11. They approached Jeremiah and his friends and say, hey, listen, can we play soccer with you guys? We got next. Jeremiah and his friends go, listen, we don't want to play with you guys. Y'all are little kids anyway. We're good, right? Now, the little kids eventually go off about their business, but one of them is the younger brother of Mr. Rafael Martinez Lopez. The younger brother goes, hey, big bro, listen, I was just at the soccer field. These kids just told us we couldn't play soccer with them. They was very rude and nasty about it. I feel disrespected, and I'm almost positive one of them had a pew-pew machine on them as well. So Mr. Raphael goes back to the playground, goes back to the soccer field and says, hey, listen, which one of you guys was just picking on my little brother? Which one of you guys just told my little brother he couldn't play soccer with you? Now, Jeremiah goes, listen, nobody was picking on your little brother, but if you want to fight, I'll give you what you're looking for. Jeremiah goes around the gate, approaches Raphael, and before a single punch was thrown, Mr. Raphael pulls out a 40 cal pew-pew machine with an extendo on it and decides to lay Jeremiah out right then and there in front of everybody, broad daylight, kids playing, and actually not just anybody, but specifically his 39-year-old babysitter. Right? So this 39-year-old babysitter, mother of 8, sees the commotion, sees what's going on, rushes over to Jeremiah as he's sprawled out on the floor, leaking from all the holes that was just put in his body. Mr. Raphael decides to air her out as well. Right there, she pretty much fell on top of him. You understand? So lays her out right then and there in front of everybody. Then ups the pew-pew machine to a 9-year-old and decides to pull on it, but nothing came out. Thank God. We don't know if it jammed. We don't know if he ran out. We don't know what happened. But after that entire incident, Mr. Raphael books it back home. But this whole thing is recorded on cell phone footage, surveillance footage, witness testimony. Like, they know who the kid is. You understand? So boom, the police go to his house. They arrest him. They find the exact clothes that he was wearing during the incident. They found the extendo. They found the 40. They got everything they need to lock this boy up.
Wednesday, I spoke with the family of the 39-year-old. Savannah Villarreal was the name of the sister and aunt they loved, and they want her name remembered.
I just wanted to just be in the area where she was, just where she had her final moments, and just to be able to just at least touch the ground where she was at, just to have that goodbye at least.
A mother of 9 who found family everywhere.
Like, even people who weren't blood to her, she made them blood. Like, she was family. They were family to her in her eyes.
Savannah Villarreal was at the park Tuesday when a dispute over a soccer game, according to police, ended in a Villarreal and a 14-year-old, a boy whom she cared for as her own.
She gave her life to save my son. He considered Savannah as his auntie. She's been in there in his life, his whole life. She was his babysitter. And I'm sorry that she left over a few kids behind.
I just don't understand, you know. I'm lost. And all in all, very good kid, man. Very loved. I'm definitely gonna miss him.
You don't feel my pain. Somebody stole from me. And that's something I can't get back. My son ain't never coming.
Right now at 5 o'clock, continuing coverage of a story we've been covering all week. This morning, the 18-year-old arrested in connection with Tuesday's deadly shooting near a Grand Rapids school was officially arraigned on the charges in the case.
39-year-old Savannah Villarreal Rubio and 15-year-old Jeremiah Griffin Cuevas died following that violent confrontation that police say started over a soccer game. 13 on your side's Michael Martin was in court this morning as that suspect made his first appearance.
Rafael Martinez Lopez is just 18 years old. His mom told me today that he's a good kid who's never been in trouble before. She says their family is scared. They don't know what to do at this point. Rafael making his first appearance, learning that there is a very real possibility that he could spend the rest of his life behind bars.
People of the state of Michigan versus Rafael Martinez Lopez.
This is the 18-year-old young man who police say was behind Tuesday's deadly double shooting at Southwest Elementary School in Grand Rapids.
These are serious and extremely violent offenses. Community safety is a concern.
He is accused of shooting and killing 39-year-old mother of 8, Savannah Villarreal Rubio, and 15-year-old Jeremiah Griffin Cuevas.
The court also finds that the two most serious offenses alleged are life offenses, and the maximum possible penalty within themselves create an inherent risk of flight.
According to court documents, Rafael's younger brother and a friend had been approached by a group of kids near the school who wanted to join them in a game of soccer. The pair said no and left the area, but investigators say they would soon return with Rafael in tow, who then allegedly demanded the group fight him, claiming they mistreated his younger brother.
The court is going to deny bond.
Before any fight happened, court documents explain, Rafael swiftly produced a black handgun with an extended magazine that had been concealed beneath clothing in the front of his waistband. They say he then started shooting.
Do you understand that charge and the maximum possible penalty?
Yes, ma'am.
The teenager now facing 2 counts of homicide and 5 other weapons-related felonies.
You're all set.
Martinez Lopez will be back in court on May 19th for a short hearing. He will remain behind bars until that point. In Grand Rapids, Michael Martin, 13 on your side.
Good morning. This is case 26FY832, People of the State of Michigan versus Rafael Martinez Lopez. It is alleged that on or about May 5th of 2026, at or near 801 Oakland Avenue Southwest within the city of Grand Rapids, that you did murder Jeremiah Griffin contrary to Michigan law. That offense is a felony punishable by up to life in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Do you understand the charge and the maximum possible penalty?
Yes, ma'am.
It is further alleged that on the same date and in the same location, you did murder Savannah Joyce Villarreal, contrary to Michigan law. That offense is a felony punishable by up to life in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Do you understand that charge and the maximum possible penalty?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Leavenworth, anything as it relates to bond from court services?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Article 1, Section 15 does apply as the defendant is being charged with 2 counts of capital offense, homicide, open murder. These are serious and extremely violent offenses. Community safety is a concern. We would recommend a bond denial or a high cash bond in this matter, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. And Attorney Jennison.
Your Honor, again, in reviewing the pre-bond report, everything on that is accurate, Your Honor. He is also working full-time and is going to school at this time. He has no prior criminal history, Your Honor. We ask that you take all this in consideration when setting a reasonable bond.
Thank you. All right, the court has reviewed both the court services report as well as the affidavit of probable cause. The court does have significant concerns as it relates to public safety based on the information that is in that affidavit of probable cause. The court also finds that the 2 most serious offenses alleged are life offenses, and the maximum possible penalty within themselves create an inherent risk of flight. The court is going to deny bond at this time.
So here's how I feel about the situation. One of the things that strike me as particularly tragic about this story is the fact that a woman with 9 kids is no longer here anymore. And I can't help but think that at least one of those 9 kids will be saying to themselves, my mother did not even have to be in that situation. You know, like this family that came out and said, yeah, she's the type of person that would have ran and try to help as she did. But then I'm positive one of those kids is probably thinking, thinking to themselves, damn, mom, like, you did not have to run out there. Like, you hear pew pew machines going off. Like, you should have ran the other way. You know, that's one of the things that popped up in my head. The other thing that pops up in my head is, man, listen, man, I was 18. I felt like I wasn't the angel of the century. You know, we all was young, dumb, doing really dumb stuff, but none of us was really doing that. You know, at 18, I had enough in me to say, nah, we're not going to air out the mother. We're not going to air out the little 15-year-old kid. Like, fry him, bro. Like, and I don't think like this for all situations. Actually, you know what? Nowadays, when I hear news stories, I think to myself, when I hear, oh, such and such gone, like a pew pew incident happened downtown, the first thing I say to myself, I need to hear both sides of the story. I need to know what's going on, because people are crazy and you got to defend yourself. But when you get into the nitty gritty, the nuts and bolts of this particular story, this is not one of those situations. Fry him underneath the jail. 18, I don't care if he's 18, 28, 38, let him come home at 88. That's really how I feel about the situation. Let me know what you think.